This episode of Joyride is being brought to you by High Bank. High Bank is a proud Columbus-based distillery. Look for High Bank spirits at your local liquor store and favorite bars around the city. By purchasing High Bank spirits, you're supporting and drinking local. Drink local, drink High Bank.
You're listening to Joyride, a podcast for people who love cars. Now sit back and enjoy the ride.
Back again. Here we
are. I
like
it. Yeah. How you been?
I've been doing great, Pete.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I am super excited by the fact that the weather is finally. It seems like we're finally getting out of
Starting
winter.
to turn a little bit. Yeah.
It was like 50 degrees the other day. It was beautiful. I am so psyched for it to get warm again.
Yeah. The kids are starting to get itchy. They want to be outside.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Sun staying up. In fact, I think we spring forward this Sunday.
Yes.
So
yeah.
We're back in the saddle, as they say.
Yeah.
Season 2, first episode back.
That's right.
The first season has gone very well. I mean,
thank you everybody for listening. I've been totally blown away by the number of people that are checking us out.
Yeah. And not just like friends.
No. Shout out to my to the one person listening from Argentina.
Argentina. Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say we're internationally known?
We've got a couple of people listening up in Canada too. So shout out to my folks north of the border here.
Yeah, that's definitely international.
It's international. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we've got the podcast getting downloaded. We've got comments coming in. We've got feedback and ratings.
Yes.
The website's kicking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. We got the merch.
The merch is up.
The merch store is live now. Yeah.
Man, I feel like, just wait for the checks to start coming in. I don't.
Sure. Yeah. I like the positive attitude.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. I might quit my job. It'll come.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That's a smart thing to do. Throw away my W-2. Just do this.
Oh yeah. The tens of dollars.
Well, it's good. It's good to be actually recording again. We've had some time away from the mics, and this season I think is going to be a little different. We are going to build on the success of season 1, but I think we are intending on bringing on a couple special guests.
Yes.
This season.
Yeah. So we're gonna, if you keep tuning in, we're gonna have our first guest on the show a little later. So it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
So let's get into a little bit things we saw this week.
What'd you see?
I was super excited.
Yeah.
That I finally saw a 2020 Corvette.
Yeah, I was bearing the lead a little bit there, but you were texting me.
Yeah. I freaked out because I was on the highway. I saw it was like 2 lanes over. I'm driving in the middle of rush hour. I'm trying to do whatever I can to work my way over to it, but it was getting off a ramp as I was driving, and I couldn't get over there.
I didn't think we'd see one on a street around.
I know. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. It was I think it's called accelerant yellow or something like that. It's like a weird yellow green.
So it was like a fancy color too.
Yeah, it wasn't one of the normal. Yeah, it was like a premium color. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not crazy about that one. I think it's probably my least favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe not my least. Not what I would go with. Not even top 4 probably for me. But it still looked great. Way smaller than I thought it was going to be.
Really?
All the pictures I've seen, the videos I've seen of people, they seem like they're kind of bigger cars.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed really small.
Interesting.
And it looked awesome. It looked really, really good on the road. Oh, man. It stood out so much.
Yeah.
I'm in rush hour traffic. There's hundreds of cars on the freeway, getting out of the city. It popped, awesome. Among everything.
That's
so,
awesome.
It might be different when there's hundreds of them rolling around, but I don't know. That car looks really special right now.
That's the thing that's kind of left to be known, right? Is like, because it is a Corvette and it is accessible.
It's going to be everywhere.
It's going to be everywhere.
Will it still seem special
6
months from now when you see them all the time? I think yeah.
I still like looking at a C7 when it rolls.
Absolutely, yeah. When a C7 rolls by, I love them.
Yeah,
I absolutely love them. So it was exciting.
That's cool.
I wish I would have grabbed a picture.
I have one that's a little less exciting because I didn't see it in real life. But
okay, hit me.
I was perusing, as I do, and found a nice little article and some videos because I ended up losing 25 minutes worth of my life checking on it. But it's called a Bentley Bacalar. Have you heard of this?
Is that the new convertible Bentley?
But it's not a convertible because there's no top. It just doesn't have a top.
It doesn't have a top, period.
So, yeah, it's open, right?
Right, and that's the one that they're making like 20.
12.
12. Yes, I did see this. 12. Yeah. And they're all sold already, right?
1.5 million pounds.
So that's not even dollars.
And they're all spoken for.
All spoken for, of course.
Yeah.
Sheiks.
Royalty. Yeah.
You gotta be. Can you imagine what that list is? Like Jeff Bezos, some prince
top 12
from Abu
people,
Dhabi.
Right?
What are you gonna do? 12 people.
It's probably more like 7 princes. Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Do you think they let you buy more than one?
I don't think so.
You think they're?
I mean, nobody called and talked to me about it.
you sure? Nobody phoned you up? And said,
nobody
hey,
asked me.
What are you doing next Thursday? You want to come look at the new Bentley? What was the name of it?
A Bacalar.
Bacalar.
I'm saying it like that because I don't know how to pronounce it. But
I saw pictures of that thing. Looked awesome. It looked very Bentley, right?
Yeah.
You can definitely tell it's a Bentley.
The level of excess is just in and above anything else because of the price tag and everything.
Yeah.
But it was cool to watch all those videos. It sounds so lame when you say it out loud.
But hey, that's what we do.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
It's all I got access to, videos.
Man.
So the other thing I saw this week, which wasn't an actual car but car related, really, really threw me for a loop.
What was that?
New BMW logo. Did you see this?
Well, you sent it. To me.
Well, I was trying to be like a radio show. But.
Yes. No, Pete, I haven't seen it.
No, tell me more about it.
Tell me more about it.
Yeah. So when you have such an iconic brand mark,
yes,
the worst thing you can do is change it, even subtly. Like when Coke changes or Pepsi changes a font, like. It's the width of the line,
right?
They
adjusted it 2 points.
Yeah, right. It's so subtle because there's so much at stake, and this is no different. I mean, again with the rabbit hole and Google, I went back and I actually found a really decent article. There's only been maybe six or 8 different evolutions.
I've got the evolutions up now.
Over 100 years. You know, I mean, like it's
the original mark was registered in 1917.
Yeah, right.
Holy hell.
So, I mean, and you can see through that, like it's subtle changes.
Yeah.
Subtle changes. And this 2D logo is flat. At
God,
first,
it's so bad.
I thought it was going to be on cars because they put it on a concept.
God, and the snout on that concept car too. Those grills are getting so big.
I know. It looks bizarre, right?
It looks horrible on the car.
Yeah.
Because for you guys that haven't seen this, we'll put an article in the show notes. But basically, the black rim that usually fills out the BMW logo is gone.
Yeah.
It's transparent. And so you can see through to the paint.
Through the paint, yeah.
And it looks super bizarre because it's raised also. And it's just really bad. And I'm all for flat 2D design. I mean, if you check our logo, like it's flat, it's circles.
And it's this major shift in digital marketing and ad because of the amount of media out there. There is a large move back to 2D logos.
Yeah.
There's an article I was reading. It had every like retail brands and consumer brands, and like everything has added a 2D logo to its like active logo portfolio.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that as an overall strategy, but I bet if I and a few of my design friends sat down for an hour, we could come up with a better, more elegant solution to this than what they did. Because it just,
it's bad.
It's bad. And the funny thing is it's not a whole lot different than what their original logo was. And I think instantly what makes me think I would do different, instead of the thin white outline around the edge, I flip it. And so I make the white part of their logo transparent.
I'm gonna give you some homework.
You want me to?
I want you to redesign it and put it in the show notes on the website.
I'm telling you, dude. You take the white part, you make it transparent, and then you make the original black thing that's thick. You make that I
just took Rob Saturday away from him.
Well,
He's gonna be down in his
design
face.
nerd. God. The point is, it's bad. It looks cheap.
Yeah. Thank you. It looks
cheap.
Yeah.
It looks tacky.
Yeah.
Which is not what BMW wants to represent as a brand.
No, and it's one of those things. I know I've spent a lot of this podcast, complaining about what's new and the future of things and how I like stuff old. But this isn't that.
No.
Like I hate this for a completely different reason, and I think it's because it looks cheap, and
part of it is that it's totally out of balance. So the black ring that was the old logo really anchors the entire logo.
Yes.
And they took it away, and it's just a thin white line, and the BMW letters are up top, and it really disbalances the entire logo. I really hope they backtrack this. I don't know. Do you know what the response has been like since it's been?
So the first article I saw and sent you, it just said it's their new logo. And
right.
They put it on this car.
Yeah.
Which is a concept car, but one of the concepts that
for an EV, right?
It's an EV concept, so it's coming,
Yeah.
right? Like it's definitely not an aspirational concept. This is the direction we're moving in.
Yeah.
And it was literally less than 2 days later, I found more articles saying, where BMW spokespeople stepped in and said, no, we are not changing the logo. This is an addition to our logo portfolio. This will not appear on any other cars.
So there must have been some pretty big backlash.
Either miscommunication or they really saw like, oh, this is bad. Let's fix this quick.
Yeah.
I don't know which, but
I'm looking at an article right now from Car and Driver where they say, this is BMW's new logo and we think you're going to like it. So somebody likes it.
Man, that's what happens when you're major. They want demo cars.
Yeah, sure.
We don't need demo.
We
cars.
don't need. Well, I mean, if they want to send them, great.
They'll never.
They're not sending us any demo cars, so we're
We
telling
just spent
it
10
like
minutes
it is.
shitting all over.
Listen, I love BMW as a brand. This is why I'm so upset by this.
That's right.
Right.
We're at the part of the show where we bring on our guest.
Yes, our very first guest on Joyride history.
Yeah. So season 2, we are going to bring a guest on every episode.
Or try to.
Yeah, that's
the idea.
Right.
More
Okay.
guests than the first six episodes.
Yeah.
Our first guest is somebody that's very important to the show.
This is why she's first.
So the reason she's first is, what you guys don't know is we recorded those first 6 episodes 4 months ago, something like that, before we even knew what the show was going to be, before we even had a name or a brand, anything like that. So during that time, we've been working on, what are we going to call the show? What's the look and the feel going to be like? And all of that discussion has been facilitated by our first guest.
That's right.
So we could have gotten
Hundreds of people.
Yes, to be our first guest.
Hundreds.
We could have gotten the head designer for the new Mustang. We could have gotten the track designer for Le Mans.
We actually told them no.
They called us.
Yeah, right.
But our first guest is a graphic designer, a photographer, a brand expert, and one hell of a lady.
Yeah.
The most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
Okay.
My wife, Sarah. Welcome to the show.
Yay.
Yay.
We're so happy to have you.
Thanks, guys. I'm happy to be here.
So Sarah has been working behind the scenes
tirelessly.
Tireless.
It was a car pun that I screwed up.
Tirelessly is a great guitar
pun.
Car pun. Wow.
Car pun. Yeah.
This whiskey is something else.
Why don't you do that again? Because that was actually clever. You need to do that take again.
I try. Okay. Bleep.
So Sarah has been behind the scenes, the website for sure,
Website.
100% the website.
Instagram.
Yes, she's helped us sort of mold the overall brand identity of this thing. I can't thank you enough. So yeah, we're just super excited to have you here.
Small token of our appreciation.
Yes.
Aw.
First guest.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I also worked on all your gear.
That's right. The merch.
all
Don't
the
forget the
merch.
merch.
Oh, the merch. Yeah. So one of the things that we like to talk about on this podcast is your first car.
Yeah. First car.
Enlighten us. What was your first car?
So my first car was an emerald green 1996 Dodge Intrepid.
Ooh, sexy.
And the girl had a butt on her.
Oh, she did. Man,
she did.
It was like flat like a pancake, like wide, like
yeah, wide
and
wide load.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
it's the truth.
So do you remember going shopping for this car?
No.
How did this car come to be yours?
How does a young Sarah find herself in a 96 Dodge Intrepid?
Yes.
When I did a lot of my driving, I did it mostly in my mom's car.
Okay.
Which was a Toyota Avalon, much newer than the 1996 Dodge Intrepid. After I got my license, my dad had this car for a very long time. So granted, at this time, it's like 2003 that I get my license.
So 2003, 1996. Okay.
She had some miles on her.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's okay. That's all right. First car should not be glamorous. We all know this, right? As grown-ups, you shouldn't go out the gates with something fancy. No. So I was actually just excited to get any car at all.
Sure.
Because I wasn't sure about that situation.
I mean, frankly, you're lucky you had airbags. I don't know that
honestly,
my Honda had one.
Yeah. So after I get my license, a couple months go by. My dad gives me his car. He had just put a brand new transmission in it.
Wait. Okay, so we're still talking about the 1996 Dodge Intrepid.
Correct.
That you got.
He spent $3,000 on a new transmission.
Already needed a new transmission.
How much was the car worth? Just out of curiosity.
It couldn't have been more than three.
This is why this was my first car.
No, that's. You see how I led you there? That's why I make a good host.
Oh boy,
that's what I was going for.
Okay, so you get it. Before you get it, the transmission had broken.
Yes.
Quality, and then so he replaced that transmission and gave it to you.
Yes, because he wanted me to be safe, as
a good
dad would.
Of course, yes,
absolutely.
Right. Got it.
I get this car and I have freedom, but it's a little bigger, a little wider than what I'm used to driving. There were some things I had to get adjusted to.
That's any car,
16
really.
when you get your
No,
first...
I was 17. I didn't get my license till I was 17 because I failed the driving test 3 times.
No.
Wait, how many times?
3.
What?
That might be a story for a different day.
Well, no, that story needs to happen right now, I think.
How do you fail 3 times?
3 times.
So the first time, my mom may have positioned the cones for the parallel parking a little wider than they should have been. She might have mixed up some measurements. I was used to having a lot more room, and they started with that, with the driving test. I don't know what they do now, but that's what they started with. And I hit a cone almost instantly and failed. Then the second time, I remember, wow, why did I fail the second time? Oh, God. It's a long time ago.
That's probably why you failed.
Yeah.
I think I didn't come to a complete stop at a stop sign.
Is that enough to fail you?
No, there had to be some other
what was
infractions.
It? No, I think that happened the third time, but they let me pass.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. Second time, I did the parallel parking. Oh, no. Got it. So the second time.
Okay.
I hit a kid walking.
No, I nailed the parallel parking. And then I did through the entire driver's test. I went through all the neighborhoods, did everything I was supposed to do. And then right before you turned back into the driver's, there was a stop sign that was kind of like in somebody's front yard. It wasn't really at an intersection. It was kind of tricky. And I feel like they take you that way on purpose to see if you see it.
Those bastards.
Yeah, it was like kind of next to a tree. You know, it's very easy to get distracted. And I totally blew through it and they failed me. And I was so bummed because I did everything else perfect. Third time, they wanted to fail me because as I was pulling out, he said I didn't wait 3 seconds at the stop sign to go. But then we went past a school and he said I did really good. There was a school bus with children. I did very good at being slow and patient. And, you know,
so he felt pity on you.
I did everything else correct. But so he goes to tell me, I feel like he's going to tell me I failed again. And I'm like, shit.
Was
after
this the
3
same instructor?
No. I'm like, after 3 times, like, I don't know what they tell you to go back to jail. Like, I don't know. I'm like,
go back to
jail.
Like Monopoly or something. Like, I'm like, I don't know what happens, but I'm pretty sure they don't give you your license, and it's going to be a very long time before I could try again. I'm already 17, a senior in high school. Everybody else has their license. I feel like a complete loser. And so I'm like, I start like explaining myself and interjecting, but I swear I did stop. And, and he's like, but you did really good with the kids, so I'm going to let you pass.
Nice.
Wow.
There it is.
And I passed the third time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're in a Dodge Intrepid.
So I'm in a Dodge Intrepid.
Where's your first ride? When you get the keys, you have a license. Where do you go?
Pretty sure, I don't quite remember, but I have this photo of me looking super psyched. And I'm in my tennis uniform. I used to play tennis in high school. And my little brother, who's 5 years younger than me, is sitting in the passenger seat, also looking super psyched. I think he equally felt like he got his freedom that day.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I just drove us to school because it was dark and it looked like morning. Pretty sure it was nothing epic because my parents really wanted me to be responsible. And now that was my responsibility, was driving us to school.
Now, you guys went to the same school?
No, he was 5 years behind me. I had to drop him off and then go to school.
I see.
Wow, double responsibility.
Double responsibility. Ironically, 3 months later, as I go to pick him up after school, I was rushing because my parents kind of forgot about him. And he called us and he's like, hey, guys, I'm at school.
Where are you at?
Where are you at? My mom's like, hey, you want to go get him? And I was like, sure. I'm excited to drive still. It's only 3 months in. And I totaled the Dodge Intrepid. Yeah, there was a van in front of me that was turning left on a road where you go 45 miles, 45 miles per hour. And I just kind of looked down for a second, went down this little dip in the road, changed the radio station. When I glanced back up, the van was stopped. I hit the brakes, but I couldn't stop in enough time. Yeah. I mean, luckily because it was a van, and vans used to sit a little higher then.
Well, you brake hard.
Brake hard.
Nose dives down.
Nose dives
It's
down.
a flat nose anyway.
Yeah. It went underneath the van, so my car was totaled, but they just kind of got slight damage to the bumper.
That big old fat 90s van sat on top of your car.
What was a little unfortunate was who was in the van was a mom and her kids and her best friend who was pregnant.
Oh,
no.
How mad were they at
So
you?
they were pissed.
They were real mad, huh?
Yeah, because, they were worried for their lives and stuff.
That's no big deal. Just our lives.
I'm worried about my poor brother who's still trapped at school, right? My parents are late. I'm in a rush to get there. Now I'm in an accident, like literally a mile from the school. He's still there, all alone. The ambulances are coming. I called my parents. I'm crying. The cop who shows up is like one of my friend's dads from school.
Oh, man.
So I had to sit in the back of a cop car waiting for my parents because they didn't know if my car's going to blow up.
They put you in the back of the cop car?
Yeah, because it's a 1996 Dodge Intrepid with a broken transmission. I mean, who knows? That thing could blow up at any minute.
Transmissions frequently blow up.
Preference here, guys. I know nothing about cars. I don't know if you've picked up on that.
Oh, man. How long did you have to wait before you got another car?
It was like a month or two. I got really sick at some point and was dealing with some stuff. So it was a little bit before I got another car. And we had to wait for the insurance check, which was only like between $2,000 and $3,000.
The cost of the transmission.
Cost of the transmission.
Needless to
covered,
say,
yes.
my dad was a little pissed.
Yeah.
But then it kind of, I think because he replaced it, somehow he might have gotten a little bit more money. And then I ended up with the Mercury Mistake. That vehicle sucked.
Mercury Mistake.
That's what its affectionate nickname was. It was a Mercury Mystique.
Mercury Mystique, right.
Okay.
And do you remember what year it was?
I do not.
What color was it?
It was bitch beige.
So it was beige.
They may have called it champagne, but it was bitch
It
beige.
was beige.
Yeah.
So
There's no way around it.
Mercury
No.
Mystique. And how long did you have that car for?
I had it through maybe my sophomore year of college. So like 2 years. The
Okay.
problem with that car is my dad ended up buying it off this little old lady who was moving across town. She seemed very reliable, very nice. So he didn't get it inspected. And that thing died on me so many times in the middle of intersections. It had a lot of problems. That's why it was called the Mercury Mistake. And then ultimately died on me in the middle of winter at midnight in the middle of campus.
Oh, God.
I was all alone, freezing. It sucked. Yeah.
Oh, man. That's no good.
Yeah. A lot of cars.
Yeah.
Real angry piling up behind me. And I couldn't do anything. It just died.
And you were just stuck. It was dead.
Just stuck.
You get rid of the mistake.
And I got nothing for the mistake. I think I had to pay the tow people to take it away.
Oh, God.
And they gave me nothing for it. So I was at zero.
Yeah.
So my
Negative.
family pulled together. They did some research. They found me this luxurious Mercury Sable because the first Mercury did me so good.
So they decided, okay, the Mercury that just died left you stranded.
Yeah.
Let's go back with Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Keep in
so
mind,
well.
Probably
I
the same
had
engine.
Probably.
I had no say in any of this because I had no money. So I was appreciative to have a vehicle for sure.
Yeah.
Would I have also chosen the Mercury Sable in bitch beige? No.
That was beige, too?
It was beige as well.
Yes.
Oh, no.
See, now that
Beige
one,
outside, beige inside.
Oh.
And I know you all can't see me because we're just talking, but this bitch ain't beige.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I remember. See, I don't remember the Mystique at all, but I remember the
It's
Sable.
because it only lasted a year or so.
Couldn't pick that car out of a lineup, but I remember the Mercury Sable
Yeah.
a lot. I remember.
Do
that
you
car.
remember when I got it? You said, if we get married someday, I am definitely getting the next car because this car is so nice.
It was nice. It was nice. Well, and compared to the
Well, yeah.
status of my Thunderbird at the time,
Call back to episode
True,
1 of
true. Your
season 1.
Thunderbird was a little trashy.
it was trashed by that point.
Yeah, well, because you trashed it.
I trashed that car. Yeah.
Everybody, I just want to clue you in on our first date.
Oh, don't tell this story.
I have to tell the story so you you understand who Rob
Yeah.
truly was and who he's evolved to.
Oh, this
On
is
our very
beautiful.
first date,
Keep going. Don't
he
stop.
opens the passenger door for me and trash literally falls out on the ground. And I started to question,
But not like recyclables, right? Like
no, literal trash.
White Castle wrappers.
Everything. The back seat had about 45 melted crayons stuck to it from his daughter.
Oh, my God.
And I started to question things.
Yeah.
Is this a man I should truly date?
Or get in this car with.
Or get in this car with? But I
Did he
did.
give you the classic, like, oh, just sit on it. It's fine. It does.
I don't even think he tried to brush anything out of the way. I think I did because I'm like, I'm not sitting on trash. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Robert has evolved over the years, definitely.
That's a great story.
15 years
believe-
later, I guess something stuck.
It
because
worked.
I'm still here.
How long
But
did you have the Sable?
I had the Sable all the way until after we had our first child,
Yeah.
2011, 2012. And yeah, I bought a brand new 2013 Nissan Rogue.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's what Sarah's.
That
been
was the
driving.
first car I got to pick out for myself.
And what color
Black.
was it? Okay.
Black.
There it
Because, you
is.
know, mama's got to be sexy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We had 2 kids by then. We have a dog.
Mm-hmm.
We needed something that we could haul a little bit more in than a car. I
Yeah.
drove a Nissan Rogue on a business trip. Thought it handled great. I thought it had enough room for our family because we only also had the Thunderbird at the time.
Oh, nice.
Oh yes.
So we needed something a little bigger, but I'm thinking,
You
hey,
still had the Thunderbird?
yeah, no.
Well,
No, you had the
no.
Saturn.
By that
I was
time,
gonna
it was
say,
the
You
Yeah,
had the
right.
Saturn.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
You had the
yeah.
Saturn. So
Yeah.
we already had another car. We didn't want a van ever.
Ever. Yeah.
And we weren't going to have any more children. I decided, okay, let's go with the Nissan Rogue. It's a little more compact, but way more affordable than like a CRV.
Yeah.
Other things I had seen. So we pulled the trigger on that. We got a good deal, brand new. So we had some maintenance packages and some other things, a Bluetooth that came
of
with it. I
mind.
was really
Wow.
excited that it had a CD player.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Welcome to this.
Yeah,
century.
finally had a CD player for the first time in my life. This is 2012,
Apple's had iTunes
maybe
out since
2013.
I know. It was
By the
bad.
time I got a CD player, yeah,
06. Wow.
Yeah.
And that's the car you drive now.
that is the car I drive a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, I knew there was a good story in there.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Do you want to do hot or not?
Yeah, I think it's time to do hot or not.
Okay.
Ooh, hot or not?
Yes. So
I don't even know what this means.
Yeah.
we wanted your opinion on these cars because you being somebody who's not exactly a car person, we're just curious to see what you think. So we're going to show you a picture
He's going to turn this computer again.
I'm going to turn the computer again, and hopefully nothing breaks, because the last time I did that, everything blew up. So I'm going to pull up a picture, and then you're just going to talk us through. I'm going to tell the fine folks in Audio Land what we're looking at. All right, so the first car for Miss Sarah and Hot or Not.
Oh, my God.
What do we think of that?
Walk us through what you're looking at and what you think.
It's red.
Correct.
Check.
What do you think? Is it sexy? If I showed up to pick you up in one of those.
Do you recognize the brand logo? Let's start there.
It's kind of blacked out on that one.
I can't see it.
It's because it's a sweet car.
I know, right?
No.
No, okay.
Okay, so no idea what brand it is.
Okay, here's the thing. If we were 18 and 19 like we were, yeah, I would think that was a cool car. In my 30s, no.
You don't like that car?
Wow.
No, I like the rims and I like the color.
Okay.
I don't like anything else about it. As a designer, that shape is all wrong. For something, if we're talking about being hot or
Bring
not.
out your holy water, because we're
God.
about to say some sacrilegious shit on this show.
If we're talking about something, I'm talking about the female opinion on.
You are literally, people are like melting.
They don't even know what I'm talking
Not
about
yet.
yet.
Not yet, but they will be.
Probably, because I see what the name of it is, and I know that name should be sexy. And it's a 2021, so it definitely should be sexy and
It should be.
and high tech and cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the shape of that
Doesn't
car.
like it.
Okay. Rob, what is
Okay.
it?
The butt is
we are-
weird.
The butt.
butt is
Okay.
weird.
It's like a hatchback.
We are looking at
I'm not a fan of hatchbacks.
2021 Audi RS6 Avant, ladies and gentlemen.
I like the name Avant.
man.
That's sexy.
So this car, what do you suppose that car costs?
Oh my God, I don't even want to know.
Brand new.
Something ridiculous, I'm sure, because it's an Audi. It's got to be like, I'm going to guess $100,000.
Starting price of $108,000.
Woo! This should be The Price is Right. We need to rename this segment, guys.
All right, so the next car on the list. What do we think?
Well, that's sexy.
Yeah? Oh, wow.
That just looks like something a man is going to drive.
Shit.
Like a man who knows how to drive a car.
Oh, my God.
That does all kinds of things for me.
That one does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy smokes.
Are you looking at this car to buy? Because I kind of like it.
Are you, Rob?
Well, I would love to buy this car.
Oh, God, is it
only
expensive?
It's very expensive.
Oh, womp, womp, womp.
So we're looking at the 2019 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat Red Eye, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what this car reminds me of?
What is that?
It reminds me of the captain of the football team.
Oh.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Real sexy on the outside.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he is on the inside. Can't tell. That's what this car is to me.
Okay. This car, MSRP, starts at around 80 grand, probably
Ooh.
something like that.
Oh, sorry, babe. Not happening. Wah, wah, wah.
Yes.
He's actually looking at trading in the Rogue, the Odyssey.
And the house.
And the house, and maybe one of our children.
And we'll be driving that baby. We can live out of that. No problem.
It's the new fad of tiny houses.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not going to like this. I already saw a picture.
Car number 3. What are we
Hot or
feeling?
not?
Hot or not?
No.
No?
It looks like a Jeep Safari to me. I see the symbol. I know what it means.
What is the symbol?
That's a Benz.
It's a Benz.
It's a
You're
Benz.
right.
It's a Benz.
Very good.
Yeah. I know it's expensive. I don't like it. It's so boxy.
Don't like the boxy.
It just looks like a Jeep. I
Okay.
don't get it.
So every car person out there in the world knows if we're talking Mercedes and we're talking boxy in a Jeep,
They know exactly.
they know exactly what car this is.
Like, I would never spend money on that. I don't get it.
It's the Mercedes G-Wagon.
I'm just not into boxy stuff, guys.
This is a new one. It's MSRP 130 grand.
You did not. No way.
Yes. Yeah.
Now pull up a
What?
1991 and ask her to pick the difference.
All
This
right.
literally has not changed in 20 years.
I can't even imagine spending that much on a car,
Pull up a
guys.
99
There's a
G-Wagon.
2001 G-Wagon.
Yeah, that looks identical to me. Equally as unattractive. I gotta think there's a lot better cars out there if you're gonna spend that kind of money.
Do you remember when Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt were married?
Yes.
They bought matching G-Wagons as gifts to each other.
What?
Yeah.
They were
remember.
those people
They were.
at the Christmas time commercials with the big bow.
I don't know if they
on the
did
car
bow thing.
outside. No, Rob and I frequently have discussions about this. I'm like, who could possibly afford to buy each other a surprise, expensive vehicle? Now we know.
Surprise, I signed you up for 72 months worth of payments.
Now we know it's Jen and Ben.
Yeah.
No.
No. Brad.
Now we know it's Jen and Brad.
There you go. Second time.
No, I said it right. You didn't have to say that because you know.
It was the second time.
Oh my God! Let me say it right, then you don't have to cut it, you dummy.
Okay.
You're the one doing all the work here. Now we
Second
know.
time.
Now we know.
She's going to pick
Give
that
it
up
up now.
4 or 5 more times. Just let her have it, Rob.
All right, next car.
Wait a minute. Let me say the line. No, damn it.
No,
You don't even remember what the line is now, do you?
Lost it.
Car number 4.
That's Bay right there.
Uh-oh.
You like that one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first off, it's red.
Yes.
You know, red gets to my heart when it comes to cars.
Mm-hmm.
But the lines, the shape, everything about it, dynamic, sexy.
So if I showed up in this car,
I would
you're
think,
going out on a date with me.
Tonight.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. What's the
Other
badge?
things might happen in that car.
Oh,
If that's what you show up in.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay.
And Rob says, check. We'll get this tomorrow.
Rob's giving me a signal that the episode's over.
I love this car. Super sexy.
What's the
Definitely
badge?
hot.
What's the badge on it?
You can't really see it in these
Can't see
photos.
it?
It's a Corvette.
She knows.
She knows.
I can read, so yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
So this is the 2020 Corvette.
Oh, you hit her with that.
I
huh?
hit her with that. Yeah.
You hit her with something that you can't get.
Well,
I mean, not because you can't afford it, but like nobody has it yet.
All right, well, you got to tell me how much it costs, though, because
Okay.
now I'm in love.
so they start at $60,000.
Okay, still a lot of money,
Still a lot of
Still a
money.
lot of money.
but way more affordable than anything else you've shown me.
compared to the G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah. not-
And this is by far the sexiest car I've seen
okay.
All right.
in a
All
long
right.
time.
Okay.
Number 5.
Aw.
Oh, that's
Aw.
This one's like Baby Bay. Yeah, well, you know what? It's cute, adorable, looks like a lot of fun. I like the line. It's curvy, you know.
You're talking about it like it's your kid that got like 10th place in the spelling bee. Like, yeah, that was a good try.
I like this car. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I would get in it tomorrow. It's topless. I think I'd have a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything else to say.
What kind of car is it?
It's a convertible.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Looks like a BMW.
Okay.
You cheated though. You read that it was a BMW, didn't you?
Shh, they don't know that. It's black.
Okay.
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
How much do you think that costs?
God, I'm hoping not a lot because it looks like something my husband would want to buy.
Dude, she's got us dead to
So
rights on
that
this.
car right now, anywhere from 10 to 14 grand.
Hey,
Hey, yeah.
now we're
yeah.
talking. Well, it's because it's a 2005, right?
So this car was from 2003 to like 08, something like that. I want to
You know,
say.
they still don't know what BMW though. What
So
is
we're looking at a BMW Z4, in particular the E85 Z4 for all my BMW nerds out there.
I think you just got permission to go buy this thing.
I can tell you he's been looking at cars like this for a while. I've seen some
Oh,
texts,
02
Pete.
to 08, so I was close.
Okay.
Pete, I've seen some texts that you've sent him.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You're supposed to delete those, Rob.
I've seen some behind the scenes.
I always get in trouble sending people ideas.
It's because you're the instigator.
No.
Maybe you should vet it through me first.
No.
No, I like that car. I think it's great. And especially if you got a budget, we're all about the budget. We want stuff to look nice, be a little fancy, but be affordable because we got 3 kids, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a great compromise.
Okay.
I know he's going to go for that. What was that other car?
Corvette?
Oh, I was looking. Yeah,
okay.
C5 Corvettes too.
How much was that? $860?
I don't.
They're all the same
Don't worry,
price.
I'm not going to let him do the C5
Yeah,
Corvette.
yeah.
You won't let me?
No.
I do. Like he's in charge. Wait, are you
What's-
two married?
What's
Did
wrong?
I miss?
What's wrong with the C5? Pete?
Everything on the inside. There you go.
He didn't show me the inside, guys.
If you don't care about the inside, and then you're going to really love this. You can buy the same car, same year, and spend about half. It's called a Camaro.
It's also called a Firebird because they're essentially the same thing.
Yup. So if you're really going to do it, I got a way to save you about half of what he's going to
All right,
spend.
well, Pete can stay now.
That interior is junk.
It's not bad. It's not
It
terrible.
is trash bag garbage.
Oh, wow. That was strong.
This was productive. I feel good about this. I
You
feel
do.
like maybe by episode 3 of season 2, you will have bought this BMW.
We did.
Or
we,
Camaro.
we did just literally find out about our bonuses at work and do
There
our
you go.
taxes. So I feel like the push is coming.
Yeah.
The push is a coming.
I feel like
It's always that last push that gets you in trouble, man.
I know.
this one over here is relentless. I feel like we're not going to make it out of 2020 without a new car purchase.
A toy.
Although we do have a 16-year-old who also needs a vehicle. If anybody out there has a Dodge Intrepid with a new transmission that you'd like to throw our way.
She's going to try to emancipate herself if you give her a 96 Dodge Intrepid.
Oh my God, that would be so old right now. Oh.
I think this has been successful. Our first guest. Very fun conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
coming out.
Thanks
You
for
have
having
anything you want
me.
to plug?
I'm sorry, what?
That's usually when a guest comes on a podcast, they're usually on to plug their book or their
Their blog.
their movie.
Or their, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got going?
None of those things.
None of those.
Yeah.
She's got this shitty little podcast she's trying to produce. All right, guys, that's another episode. Episode 1 of season 2 done.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah. If you haven't already, subscribe, rate, review, leave comments.
Yes, leave comments.
What's our email address?
Reach out to the show. We're contactjoyridepod@gmail.com.
That's right.
Send any sort of questions you have, complaints, just say hi, whatever. We're looking forward to hear from you guys.
We'd love to do a segment on answering questions.
We would absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep.
You can follow us on Instagram,
Yep.
Joyride Pod.
Mm-hmm.
You can hit up our website. Website URL is joyridepod.com.
And there's merch on there, too.
There's merch on there. Yeah, go buy a t-shirt.
Help support these cables that we're packing. All right. Well, that's it. That's another one.
That's another episode, guys. Thanks
Thanks,
for listening. See you next time.
Enjoy the ride.
So we're gonna do some bullshit talking again. See how it goes.
Bullshit talking.
That's what we're best at, folks.
I wish I could.
You with the?
I didn't do that one on purpose.
Maybe you have to record without the headphones on.
I put on the headphones and I turn into someone else. It's like a sexy alter ego. I think we had enough other good content that
you're-
came out of this version.
Of course.
That-
And you're asking me like I know what I'm doing. I have no idea.
You're a producer. You didn't know that.
I
You
know.
got upgraded in titles.
Okay.
When you pulled that thing out and put it back in.
Yeah, I moved the cable and now I'm an
Without
executive
context,
producer.
that's going to sound real weird.